Shalom. Call Halal La Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, which Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father, who you people ignorantly call God, by Hashem in the name of Yahushua, which is the name of the only begotten Son, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Those are the true names of the Heavenly Father and the Son. It's not Yahuwah, not Yehoshua, not Yahweh, okay? Not Jesus, not God, not none of those, okay? That's just to, just to put that out there. You got Israelites that use Yahuwah and Yeshua, okay? The true names are of the Heavenly Father, who you ignorantly call God, is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Once again, is Yahweh Shah. Yahweh, which is and in the Hebrew, Yahweh Shah, okay? That's the Father and Son's name, okay? Anything outside of those names, according to Acts 4 and 12, okay, won't work. Those are the true names and true and only names. Just to put that out there to the Akim, to the brothers that's pushing and spreading this word, who's also up to the names Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Shalom to you. To the speckled bird out there, man, woman, and child, whose bloodline traces back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our forefathers. Though you may look like the heathen nations, you're scattered amongst the heathen nations. Are these nations, as seen in this chart right here, okay? Going from 2 on down, those are the heathen nations. Also, if your lineage, your seed line traces back to these tribes on this chart through the man, as seen in this chart, through the man, and if your spirit bear witness with this word and this truth, and you can receive it, okay, to the speckled bird, man, woman, and child, if this does apply to you, you are Israelites, though you may look like the heathen nations, due to the scattering of these tribes as seen on this chart. To the few Aqua, which you sisters that do listen and learn, Shalom. To the elect of the nation of Israel, or if it may be scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, who this word is going out to, Shalom to you as well. To you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you combine, consist, and make up the 12 tribes of Israel. You are the Hebrew Israelites, the chosen people, the Most High, Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ once again, Yahweh Shah. And just a quick lesson, but I have a clip that I'm going to play. It's on RT. Okay, going into, the violence that's going on throughout the inner cities, okay, with Jake, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, do all that, and how it says gentrification, okay, fuels it. So I'm going to play it, and I'm going to pause, and I'm probably not going to get through the whole video for time's sake. I'm on a break, so I got limited time, but here we go. How right is that? This is edifying.
We're bringing you the latest out of Baltimore, which witnessed a mass shooting outside of a hookah lounge on Sunday. This is when 4 suspects emerged from a vehicle with a rifle and unloaded 19 rounds into a line of people waiting outside the venue. Now, separate shootings in Baltimore City killed at least 3 people this weekend, now bringing the number of homicides there to 338 with just a week to go before New Year's. Meanwhile, in Chicago, 2 gunmen opened fire at a house party on Sunday. They wounded 13 people. Guess what the kicker was? The gathering was, in fact, a memorial service for a community member who had been shot and killed last spring. So to talk about this never-ending story of gun violence, we're joined now by former D.C. Metro Police Officer Ronald Hampton. Thank you so much, Officer, for hearing us. I mean, these numbers are staggering, and they're horrible to hear. And unfortunately, I don't know if we hear about them enough, and if that's good or bad for trying to curb these violent gun issues. Thank you so much for joining us. Do you feel like that we are seeing an uptick in more violent crime?
Well, I believe in some cities we're seeing an uptick in violent crime. We're uptick in shootings and other violent crimes related or associated with those shootings, yes.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, we've always heard of shootings within the streets. We've always heard of things going on. But my question is, on this case, do you think that...
And who is responsible, for violence, period, on this planet Earth, okay? Who is responsible for that? And don't get me wrong, Jake does kill each other, but that goes back to the curses of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. The 54th, I believe the 54th verse, how it says, a man's eye shall be evil toward his brother. Okay, that's the curses. But if you look at the bigger picture, you got to go to the root of the problem. Who is the root of the problem? Who's the root of all violence on earth? Okay, Psalms, I believe, 58 and 1. Do ye indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do ye judge uprightly, O ye sons of men? Yeah, in heart ye work wickedness. Ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies, man. Okay? Esau, okay, is the main culprit, okay, that pushes, okay, violence, okay? He's another scripture real quick. Okay, he's responsible, okay, for the violence on the earth, man. Because he's the wicked. The Edomites, to anybody that's new, are the self-proclaimed white people. Okay, they're the Edomites. Okay? That is their biblical nationality. That is who they are. Okay? That's what they tried to hide from all this time. Okay? This is Sirach 10:1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered, as the judge of the people is himself. So are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of this city is, such are all they that dwell therein. And what does Job 9:24 say? I pull this out every lesson. Job 9:24 tells you that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, who and where is he? Okay? And who is the wicked? Is you Edomites, and you go to Malachi 1:4, man. You so-called white people. You're the wicked, man. Okay? And what has the wicked done since they came into power? They've raped, they've robbed, they've murdered, okay, throughout the four corners of the earth. That's why, okay, they're prospering the way they are, because they raped, robbed, and murdered, okay, their way to the top, okay? And the people, they're going to have that same, okay, mind state, that same greedy, okay, kill to get what I want mindset, okay? Or kill because I don't like what you said, just like Esau, okay? So let me play some more.
That actually, that it's getting worse based on just what you've seen in the past and what your experiences are within the streets.
Well, there are some reasons why these incidents, I believe, are happening in Chicago, Washington, D.C., Baltimore. These are cities that are experiencing a great deal of gentrification is going on, a great deal of development is going on. But the people who live there, the people who have suffered through the good, bad, and different times aren't necessarily benefiting from the development and other things that are happening in the city. And so unless the cities begin to...
And in case you don't know, a lot of people know what it is, but in case you don't know, gentrification is basically when you have, okay, affluent people that's wealthy and have money, which who mainly consist of the affluent people, is you Edomites, you so-called white people. You got a few other heathen nations as well, like Moab, the so-called Chinese. You got Ishmael, that they'll come in, they'll gentrify the area, okay? But it's mainly you Edomites, man, okay? Basically, you have the affluent people move into a neighborhood, that has poor, housing. The housing is poor, okay? Lack of jobs, okay? Just lack of resources, period. And they'll move in and they'll set, like, let's say a Starbucks or a Walgreens or a Whole Foods in the ghetto, okay? And what that will do is it will increase the pricing, okay? Increase your rent, okay? Increase everything within that area, okay? And that's what these devils will use, okay, to basically price you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, the poor, okay, out, okay? That's what they do, okay? Because these Edomites, they know wherever Jake is, that that city is going to boom, man. Okay, what attracts people to New York City? What attracts people to places like L.A. and Chicago? Jake, okay, because Matthew 5:13 said, "For ye are the salt of the earth, man, and the salt have lost its flavor." Okay, what use would it have? Quickly paraphrasing that. Okay, Jake, okay, has flavor, man. We dominate sports, we dominate music. Okay, if you go to these cities, you see all types of graffiti and art. Okay, that Jake do. Jake is known for that, man. Okay, let me see. bear with me real quick. I'm just looking for I'm probably gonna get to the point. I started Exodus. This is the first Exodus. This is the first Egypt, because America, okay, is spiritual Egypt. This is the modern Egypt. Egypt is synonymous for the house of bondage. And what was the first Egypt synonymous with? Having the children of Israel, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, okay, in captivity. Okay, these were Hamites at the time. Now you have the new Pharaoh, which is these Edomites, these so-called white people. This is I just started the first verse, but I'm gonna skip down for time's sake. Exodus 1:1. Now these are the names of the children of Israel which came to Egypt. Every man in his household came with Jacob. Reuben, Simeon. Reuben is well, basically this is all the tribes of Israel. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, Benjamin, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, Asher, and all the souls that came out of the loins of Jacob were 70 souls, for Joseph was in Egypt already. So these are all of you Israelites. And Joseph died and all his brethren and all that generation. And the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly and multiplied and waxed exceedingly mighty. And the land was filled with them, just like you see now. Okay? Look up the statistics of birth. Okay? Who's outnumbering who? You Jakes are outnumbering these Edomites. You're outnumbering the other heathen nations, because we are as the sand of the sea, as the scriptures say. We're everywhere. Okay? We look like everybody. Okay? It's the same thing that's happening now. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph, because the first Pharaoh, he knew he had favor. The Most High put the spirit on him to have favor with Joseph, and he set him up, okay, on a high position. Okay? They was basically getting taken care of. But what happened was the Pharaoh that was in good graces with Joseph, okay, he passed away. So this is what it's going into. And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Come and let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us. So get them up out of the land. Okay? Therefore did they set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens, and they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramesses. And it's the same thing now. Esau, he poisons your food. He puts guns and dope in your neighborhood so you could what? Kill each other. Okay? He tries to throw all the men in jail so the men can't reproduce, because he knows the nation is of the man. Okay? You have to have the man to reproduce the nation. Of course, you have the woman that plays her role as well. Okay, but he tries all types of tactics, abortion clinics, which that's gonna go into in this chapter as well. Okay, they try all these things to destroy the nation of Israel, but it won't work because they're scared. Okay, of who you are. Okay, they know you're the Israelites. They know you're stronger than them. And we built, okay, just like we built their cities, we built America. Okay, this society that you see. Okay, these cars, everything in it, we built. Okay, Esau just took credit for it. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew, and they were grieved because of the children of Israel. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve for rigor. And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage, and mortar, and in brick, and in all manner of service in the field. All this service wherein they made them to serve was rigor. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of the one was Shiphrah, and the name of the other Puah. And he said, when ye do the office of midwife to the Hebrew women, and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live. Because he knew that, for one, the seed is of the father. And like I said earlier, you need the man, okay, to the man's of the nation. He makes the nation up. So he tried to basically do away with our seed line. Okay? And you see that today with what? Abortion clinics. Showing you that this is that new Egypt. Okay? They try to get our women to abort all of our seed, man. But the midwives feared Yahweh, and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men children alive. And the king of Egypt called for the midwives and said unto him, why have ye done this thing, and have saved the men children alive? And the midwives say unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women. showing you that we're not Africans, which the Africans are the Hamites. Okay, they're Hamites. Okay, for they are lively and are delivered ere the midwives coming onto them. That was the point. They are lively, man. The nation of Israel as a whole is lively, and wherever we dwell at, we make that place, okay, a place of interest. And that's what these Edomites they do. They covet, okay, after what you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans have, because the reason why they hate you is because you have the birthright and you have the blessing. They don't have it, okay? So what do? They get jealous, and what do? They do anything they could to destroy you, okay? And that's why, you know, going back, I'm sorry, for ranting, but it's just so much that need to come out. That's why when you look in back in the day, when Jake was serving these Edomites down south picking cotton and everything, once all that was so-called over, what did Jake do? They wanted to migrate, okay, to the north and to the west coast of America to get away from the southern Edomites. You southern Edomites, man. Okay? To escape you southern Edomites. Okay? So when they came up here, you had Edomites dwelling within the inner cities. Okay? Your urban cities. Like Chicago, Baltimore, okay? New York, Philadelphia, New York. Okay? All these things. LA. And what happened? Esau, these Edomites, they wasn't found for that. So what was they doing? They was protesting. They was throwing shit at Jake, okay? Calling them niggers, okay? Telling them to get out of their cities. And what eventually happened was Jake, roused up against them. So what Jake do? What these Edomites do? They all packed. You had so-called white flight, okay? And they packed up and went to the suburbs. But as time went on, the cities that they left, when Jake started to dwell in, the cities started popping. So now, what are they doing? They want the city. They want to move where Jake at, because that's, where everybody wants to be, because Jake is there, okay? Esau's a jealous. He's the true hater. You hear Jake say that, hear Jake tell another Jake that nigga hating on me. Excuse my language. But really, the true haters are Esau, these Edomites, and these other nations, man. Okay? They want what you got. Okay? They want the salt that you Israelites have. But you just don't know it. This is Exodus 20:17. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his maidservant, manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. Okay? And let's get that word covet. The word is kamad. It says to desire, covet, take pleasure in, delight in, to be desirable. Okay? The point was made, man. Okay? And that's what these Edomites want. Wherever you Jake's at, wherever you have, they want. Okay? They're covetous, man. Okay? So what do? They come in your neighborhoods and they gentrify your neighborhoods. Okay? They try to take over. Okay? But even if they do gentrify, what's going to happen? Nobody's going to want to be there because you're Edomites. Nobody likes you Edomites. Okay?
Deal with some of the social economic issues that exist in.
Let me give one more scripture. Okay? These Edomites are covetous. Okay? This is Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds when the morning is light. They practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Okay? They had power to do this. Why? Because this is their kingdom. Okay? They got the money. Okay? They own the stores. They own the housing. Okay? They own the lands. So it's in their power to do so. Jake can't do nothing. Jake's under the curses. Okay? And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. And Jake, throughout these inner cities, they set, it's certain, cultures that Jake was, all these cultures were set up by Esau. Okay, because the Bible is truly, the scriptures of the Bible is truly so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans' true heritage. This is your true heritage. But Jake, certain type of music that Jake set up in these cities, that's what Esau took over, man. Okay?
In that city that affect the people who live there and been living there all the time, they're going to continue to experience some of these issues. People aren't ignorant to the fact that gentrifiers are coming in from across the country, coming in, living in beautiful homes, living in beautiful neighborhoods. Other services and things are being designed and implemented for them, but the old neighborhoods, the neighborhoods that we and they have lived in for 20, 30, 40 years and were born and raised in, nothing is happening in the neighborhoods.
It's covetousness.
The job market for them is zero, almost non-existent. Homes, they can't buy a home in those neighborhoods. And there are other things that are happening in those neighborhoods that just don't lend itself to the kind of issues that are going to make the community better. And then people feel better not only about their community, they feel better about themselves.
Well, and that's you obviously want to be able to have that sort of confidence, and I agree that you have to invest in the community to grow it. You know, Attorney General William Barr announced this initiative. It was known as Operation Relentless Pursuit. This was...
All right, if you want to watch the rest of this video, it's on RT America, but I'm going to have to, get the last few scriptures and close it out, because this get back to this dumbass job. But this is going to lead Jake. Okay, Jake is eventually, Jake is out there, man. It's out there what you so-called white people are and how you're going to continue to be. Okay, it's out there, man. Jake is. Let me just read the scripture. This is Genesis 3:15. It says, "And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, between thy seed and her seed, and it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel." Okay, and to show you that woman, okay, is the nation of Israel. Real quick. Revelations 12:1. There appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. Okay, and the 12 stars is what? Israel. Okay, and also Jeremiah 6:2 says, "I have likened Zion, I believe, to a tender and delicate woman." Okay, so it's the nation of Israel. Let me read it again real quick. It's the Genesis 3:15. "I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed, and it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel." And who is thee and the woman? The thee are you Edomites. Okay, the serpent, man. Okay, you devil, you Edomite devils, man. And that's what's happening. Enmity is being brought between Jacob, okay, and Esau. That's the two main characters within the scriptures that nobody wants to talk about. Okay? And this is what you're seeing playing out, okay, in reality, okay? That Jersey City shooting, okay, they don't tell you, but the real narrative was behind that is because you have the so-called Jew, which is of Amalek, who are also Edomites. They're basically gentrifying Jersey City, and they're basically trying to kick Jake out of that city, and they're treating him like shit. So his tensions rising up, and it's not just Jersey City; it's also these other urban areas, okay? And these two included, man, okay? And this is what's happening. You got Esau calling the cops on Jake. Don't forget about the cop killings, all these cop shootings that these cops are shooting Jake for no reason and getting off on it, man. And getting money, okay, for killing a so-called Negro or Latino Native American. Okay, and getting less time, a slap on the wrist for it, man. This is Genesis 49:9. "Judah, you so-called Negroes, is a lion's whelp from the prey. My son, thou art gone up. He stooped down, he couched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up?" Okay? And our people, okay, our people just like to chill, man. They don't want no trouble with nobody. They like to chill. But what's happening? All these things is rousing Jake up, man. Jake is getting sick and tired, man, of you Edomites, man. Okay? This word is going out, so they're finding out they're Israelites now. Okay? They're finding out who you are. Okay? What's going to happen. Okay? They're being roused up, man. Okay? Let me get my last scripture and close it out. Okay? Race wars is coming to America. And you're seeing the you're seeing what's it playing out before your face. This is Ecclesiastes 3:1, and I'm gonna skip down. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. It says, this is the 8th verse, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. And we in the time of hate and we in the time of war, man. Okay? And the two main characters that's going to be at the forefront of the wars, okay, especially these race wars I'm about to get, is going to be Jacob and Esau. Okay? This is 2nd Ezra 15:14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draw nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Okay? And who's that going to be? That's going to be what? That's going to be the race wars, man. You're going to have all types of nations, mainly Jacob and Esau, okay, fighting each other, man. Okay? And Jacob, let me get this. This is Zechariah 9:13. Actually, 12. Turn ye to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. Who are the prisoners of hope? Israelites, the elect mainly. Even today do I declare that I will render double unto thee. When I have bent Judah for me, because Judah is the head tribe. So when Judah raises up, what happens? The rest of the tribes wake up. You know, they rouse up as well. Okay? When I have bent Judah for me, filled the bow with Ephraim, which is you so-called Puerto Ricans, you're the head tribe of the northern kingdom. Okay? And raised up thy sons, O Zion, against thee, thy sons, O Greece, and made thee as the sword of a mighty man. And who claims to be the Greeks? You Edomites, you so-called white people. Okay? And when you have a bow, what do you need? The arrow. And that's what is symbolic, symbolically comparing Judah and Ephraim to. Because once those two come together, what happens? The whole nation of Israel come back together. Okay? And the Lord is going to rouse them up against you Edomites, man. The Lord's going to actually let Jake get at you Edomites. Because you Edomites for so long, you've been able to lynch, burn, shoot down in the streets, slander, okay, Jacob for so long and get away with it. But now we come into a time where that hedge, that veil that's over you Edomites is gonna be it's gonna be taken off you like it is now. Okay? And Jake gonna get down on you, man. Thus said the Bible. Okay? This is Zechariah 10:5. And they shall be as mighty men which tread down their enemies in the mire of the streets in the battle. And they shall fight because the Lord is with them. And on the riders horses shall be confounded. And I will strengthen the house of Judah, and I will save the house of Joseph, which is Ephraim, and I will bring them again to place them, for I will have mercy upon them, and they shall be as though I had not cast them off. For I am the Lord their power, and I will hear them. Okay? And they of Ephraim shall be like a mighty man, their heart shall rejoice as through wine. Yeah, their children shall see and be glad, their heart shall rejoice in the Lord Yahweh. Okay? And this was going to happen. Okay? The Lord's going to let Jake get down on you Edomites, man. Because this ain't going to continue on forever and ever. You Edomites not going to just keep having your way, okay, with Jake, man. This is going to come to an end, and it is coming to an end. Okay? Call halal la Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. Yahweh Ratazatis was edifying. Abad Babal. Abad Ha Ayabia. Kwam Yasharala. Shalom to the elect. Shalom to you.